Hi, it's Kerr9000 again, and I'm here today to talk about a game called Nightmare Busters. Now, as a kid, I used to love going to the coast, mostly, as bad as it sounds, to play arcade machines. I just loved those arcade games. Some of them made you whack a fair few coins in them, but they just had that certain quality about them. Now, I did have a lot of consoles. I had a SNES, a Mega Drive, and I loved them. A lot of the games I loved on them were things that reminded me of arcade games. So, when I started playing this game, Nightmare Busters, it was right up my alley. It feels like a very arcade experience. It's a crying shame that it didn't get released back in the day, as I'd have been all over this. This would have been the kind of thing I'd have been like going, "Oh, you got to come round, mate, you got to come round, you got to play it," to all of my friends. And even more so because leprechauns. Now, not everyone will know this, but as well as loving video games, I absolutely love horror films. Particularly B-movies, and particularly the sort of 80s kind of stuff. And as soon as I see the characters in this game, it just makes me think of the film Leprechaun starring Warwick Davis.
Is that me gold?
What the hell are you?
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
Now, right, wrong, I see me playing this game as me running around being the leprechaun from the Leprechaun movies. Now, I can't help but think with the fact that this game was originally going to be published in 1994, and the Leprechaun film starring Warwick Davis came out in 1993, just maybe this game was inspired a little bit by it. Maybe your character looks the way he does as a little bit of a cheeky homage. Apparently the ROM of this game leaked around 2007, so a good long while after. The interesting thing is though that this game just didn't stay as a ROM and become a weird footnote. It actually went on to be sold. Pre-orders started being taken around 2012, 2013 I think, with SNES cartridges of it shipping in 2014. It's awesome. I love when you see games like this that come out well after the machine. It's just good to know that people still love the machine as much as they do, as much as I do and other fans do. It's exciting. So as you can see, the game is essentially a run and gun shooter, apart from your a leprechaun or a pair of leprechauns throwing the likes of playing cards and such at goblin-esque creatures. Now, you can probably tell from watching me play it, the game is absolutely hard as balls. It even gives things like Contra a run for its money. But it's charming. You can't get too frustrated with it, because it just makes you darn smile so much. I'd recommend this game to fans of things like Contra and Gunstar Heroes, particularly if you like bright and playful graphics. If you're frustrated by hard games, then seriously, maybe give this a big consideration of leaving it and stepping it aside, because it will absolutely grind you down like nothing. You'll invent new swear words, and steam will come out of your ears. It's a real motherfucker. I know somebody's probably thinking, well, I'll bang it into easy mode. This game's easy would be a lot of games hards. And obviously medium is just hard, and hard is just boomf. As for storyline, a baddie called Tyrant has invaded the land, which in this case is called the Land of Dreams, and the two leprechauns, Floyd and Flynn, want to stop him and save the day. Yep, it's a simple plot, but it works. Arcade games like this don't really need a Lord of the Rings-esque story behind them. You just need a simple reason, baddies need shooting, boom boomf. You get 6 stages, bosses, you got all kind of moves at your disposal, magic, slides, charges. It's a game that certainly knows how to keep the heart pumping and the pulse going. You have a life bar that can take a couple of hits, and it can be replenished, but you need it. You're also gracefully made invulnerable after being hit for a short while, which really does help because you can get smacked around quite a lot. I think I've said that the graphics are beautiful, but it needs to be said that the music is also great. It really goes with it, and it creates an overall great presentation. I think it's a real shame that this didn't come out back when it was originally made, as I think it's quite different to a lot of other things on the market. Sure, we had Contra, but we didn't really have a shoot-'em-up, side-scrolling, Metal Slug style shoot-'em-up. And I think, it would have been a good thing to have. If you really want to get the most out of this game, though, I have to stress, you're going to want to play it in 2-player. It really is that kind of grab a buddy, grab your joypad, get some drinks, and have a bash, work your way through it. 2 heads are better than 1. It really helps with the frustration that, if you can play off each other. The funny thing is, if you want to buy it now, there's all kinds of cartridges and box copies of it floating around on various selling sites, but I find it a little hard to know which is a proper one, and with it being a reproduction, does proper even count? Because, they've not come off an original like Nintendo press anyway, so it's hard to know if you're actually helping the creators of it get some money, or just somebody that's banged it onto a chip. Still, with all of that aside, if I was going to give this game a rating, I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Would I recommend it? Well, take into consideration the things I've said, like the difficulty and the style of game it is, and make the decision for yourself. It's Kerr9000, signing off. Have a great one.